Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming through. I had to do some research, and these topics are going to be very, very, very heavy. Just to give you guys a heads up, um, these topics are very heavy, and I've spent a lot of time like researching and doing my homework. Right? Let's get into it. This is definitely the primetime mixer. Today is August the 5th. 2025. The current time is 7 p.m. Central Time, and today is Tuesday. Welcome, everybody. We are in Tuesday. We are on our way to what? Wednesday. But we're not going to worry about tomorrow. When it gets here, we'll worry about it. Welcome to the Primetime Mixer, your ultimate destination for in depth discussion on a wide range of topics from the latest in politics, to the vibrant world of hip hop and street news. Join us as we explore the intersections of culture, society, and current events, providing you with a insightful commentary and analysis, whether you're a political enthusiast, a hip hop aficionado, or simply curious about street news um, or our channel offers. Oh, child. Some just came across my desk. Okay, Diddy. How do I feel about him? I'm sorry, you guys. I do have the hotline. Thank y'all for utilizing it. I'll discuss Diddy tonight. I planned on it. I just didn't put him in a I didn't put him in the title, but yeah, I'll be covering him tonight. So let me go ahead and just so you know, I didn't ignore you. Or simply curious about street news, or our channel offers something for everyone. Subscribe now and stay informed with our engaging content. All right, thank you so much. And shout out to our Royals, the Rican Investigation Squad, that keeps us in the loop on all the topics. Now, did you all hear about Shannon Sharp? We'll get into him later, but well, I guess we can start off with Shannon Sharp first. Shannon Sharp allegedly lost his deals, but I kind of knew that was going to be that was going to be pretty much the ending to what Cat Williams told him. Cat Williams went on Shannon Sharp's show, and he said that 2025, and this is what I mean when some people, you got to read in between the lines, you got to get the cues, you got to, it's like, I'm on here, I don't want to embarrass you, but whatever it is that you're doing, cut it off, cut ties with it, go your separate ways, sever ties, do what you got to do, right? That was a warning for Shannon Sharp, in my opinion, when Cat Williams went onto his show and told him, from the Diddies to the TD Jakes to the head honchos to the hoes. I mean, you name it. Let's get into it. Shannon Sharp, Quip's pockets are light. After settling bombshell great lawsuit, getting fired by ESPN. Did you guys know that? This was published on August the 5th of 2025. Let's get into it. And y'all let me know that y'all are here. Are y'all liking hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let me know that you're here. Actually, we need to be doing. Okay, so yeah. Are y'all hitting the like button? Hit the like button. Let me know that you're here. I need to know that y'all are just here. But let's get into this, because in this gripping video that I will be sharing with you all, And I have to put up an overlay because at the end of the day, things are about to get a little steamy. Okay. Things are about to get a little steamy. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a listen.
Absolutely.
On purpose.
Absolutely.
To prove a point. What point he's trying to prove, I have no idea.
I run this show.
I'm gonna show.
I'm gonna pay. I'll pay you when I get ready, like you do me, like you do me over 5900.
Me?
You basically told me I'm gonna pay you when I get ready.
Oh no, I ain't say that. I mean,
No, your actions did.
I'm gonna take care of you, baby. I'm not Jerry. I don't like that comparison. Don't do me like that. Don't.
Yeah, we coming up on a year. It's a penalty for being late.
I got you. I got one thing about it. Right? You know what? I got you.
I need to see you got it, but I need to get it.
Right.
You know, hey, pocket's light right now, Ocho. Pocket light right now. Just saying, pocket's light.
That's why I love you. That's what I love. That's what I need. Come on back home. That's
All right, so that was audio of Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp. They were having like a banter. Pretty much what was going on was Shannon Sharp let Ocho Cinco know on live broadcast that he owed him some money. And Ocho Cinco said, okay, I got you. Shannon Sharp fired back with, I know you got it. I need it. Let me get it. So just how the tables turn. How the tables turn, baby. It's very interesting. All right, so our royal family, can we go ahead and escort someone out for about 24 hours? We got somebody banging at the door. If you see it, definitely get them a first class flight until tomorrow. How you doing? The fallout from Shannon Sharp's turbulent year has apparently hit his wallet. Okay, get into this. Now that lawsuit, and oh girl, listen, y'all were seeing it. Cassie got paid. No, oh girl got paid too. She may not have gotten paid as much as Cassie, but oh girl got a check. During Sunday's installment of the Nightcap podcast of the NFL Hall of Famer, who was fired by ESPN on Wednesday, weeks after selling a bombshell 50, oh my goodness. So she got more than Cassie. $50 million lawsuit that accused him of raped press co-host Chad Ochocinco Johnson to pay him $5,900, including late fees, while comparing him to Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. I'll pay you when I get ready, Sharp said, mimicking Jones, who is currently engrossed in an ugly contract standoff with All-Pro linebacker Micah Parsons. Like you do me, like you owe me $5,900. You basically told me I'm going to pay you when I get ready. Johnson hit back with, oh no, I ain't say that. Your actions did, Sharp said. We're coming up on a year. There's a penalty for being late. Johnson, who wasn't happy about being compared to Jones, vowed to repay Sharp. I'm going to take care of you, baby. I'm not Jerry. I don't like that comparison. Don't do me like that. I got you, the former wide receiver said. We all heard it. Sharp said, see, you got it, but I need to get it. Sharp replied before looking down at his pockets. You know, pockets light right now. Ocho pockets light. That's when Johnson got up from his chair because he was laughing so hard. That's why I love you, he says to Sharp. That's why I need come on back home to me. That's what I need. Thank you. That's the Shannon I need. We gonna be all right. Oh my God. How did I feel about that? I mean, Shannon is very nice and kind to the gentleman in his life. I want to say that Shannon definitely took care of his stylist. He was always sitting courtside. He was always glammed up. He always looked like he had just left the spa. Skin was nice. I mean, jewelry. And, if you ask me, yeah. Let's get into it. Shannon Sharp did not specifically mention the settlement with his sexual assault accuser. The three-time Super Bowl champ 57 overshadowed older brother Sterling Sharp's Hall of Fame induction in Canton this past weekend, as his ESPN firing dominated headlines less than 2 weeks after the settlement. During a Wednesday appearance on First Take, the same day news of Sharp's firing broke. Johnson, 47, said he'll be in the studio for the 2025 NFL season. Sharp had been off air for ESPN, has been off air with ESPN since April. Let's get into it. In her complaint, the plaintiff, who is more than 30 years younger than him, alleges Sharp brutally essayed her several times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025. Sharp was sued a day before Front Office Sports reported that he was poised to sign a deal for his Club Shay Shay podcast that would exceed $100 million after his contract with Colin Coward's the Volume Podcast Network expired. He began appearing on First Take in the fall of 2023 following his first FS1 exit. Okay, so what do y'all think about that? With Shannon Sharp, I really think that Shannon Sharp really barked upon a tree that was just, very Shannon Sharp. Like I said, Cat Williams tried to warn you, and some guys were, oh, you're crazy, and oh, you got locked up, and oh, you were on drugs and things like that. And see, that's the thing. When you try to throw somebody's past at them, please make sure you know what their past is first. Because I felt like Shannon, you were overdoing it. You were reaching. You were doing the most. You were given. I'm the token black guy, and I know the whiteys are watching, and I have to appease them instead of being independent and going with what feels right first and foremost, and what is going to change and benefit the culture. That's it. That's all. All right. So let's get into P. Diddy. P. Diddy, you are not making the judge happy at all. You are not. And listen, while all the bloggers were up there at the Diddy trial and after the trial, oh, y'all wanted to have a baby oil fest. Y'all wanted to have this big dramatic situation, which was not necessary. First of all, that was a disservice. Do y'all not think that the judge didn't see that? Really? All the dudes, come on now. We got to be smarter than this. Sean John Combs, better known by his stage name Diddy, is an American rapper, record producer, and record executive born in Harlem. Combs worked as a talent director at Uptown Records before founding his own record label, Bad Boy Records, in 1993. So just a little backstory. All right, let's get into it. Diddy pardon talks get real. Trump receives formal requests from Sean Combs' team. And this All right, you guys, let's dive right into it. Diddy's defense lawyer said that the music mogul's team has formally reached out to President Trump's administration about a potential pardon. Sean Diddy Combs' defense lawyer told CNN on Tuesday that the music mogul's team has formally reached out to President Donald Trump administration about a potential pardon following the 55-year-old's conviction on prostitution charges. The White House is yet to confirm whether Trump is considering an action that could relieve Diddy of the two charges. Nicole Westmoreland told CNN, "It's my understanding that we've reached out and had conversations in reference to a pardon." Oh, let's get into it. This comes days after President Trump indicated that he was unlikely to pardon Diddy. "I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great, and he seemed like a nice guy, but I didn't know," he says, "I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile," he told Newsmax, further adding that it's a more difficult thing to do. Westmoreland added that Combs is very hopeful that Trump would pardon him. He is very hopeful. He's a very hopeful person, and I believe that he remains hopeful. Earlier this week, Diddy was denied bail by a New York federal judge over no exceptional reasons to release him before his October sentencing. The music mogul's sentencing has been set for October the 3rd. Oh my goodness. I mean, let me take a breath. Judge Aaron Samarian directed attorneys to present clear and convincing evidence that Diddy would neither flee nor pose a threat to others, including his victims and witnesses, if released. The judge said the rapper still presents a risk of flight or danger. Okay, get into it. He added that no higher bond amount or additional restrictions would alter the decision, citing the strength of the case against Combs. Okay, let's go back. Okay, because the judge in this case, okay, so it don't matter what the prosecution said. It don't matter what the defense said. It don't matter what you and I say. It don't matter. Because at the end of the day, do y'all think that that judge is really going to put his first of all, the oath that he had taken, his moral values, ethics, and wake up, people. Wake up. And listen here. Diddy's lawyers may be sucking them dry with those lawyer fees. And that don't matter. That does not matter. Listen here. King Combs can come out here and sing every beat bop he dropped with Kanye West as much as he wants to. At the end of the day, people need to recognize that the judge isn't working for Diddy. The rules for the judge does not apply for those that testified in the court, those that have brought cases up against him. Different ball game, different giant, different machine. Why hasn't Diddy taken on classes? What is his big fuss about getting out? Why is he so eager to get out? After the first, the second, the third, bail denied. I'm not saying the first, not just the first. It was the second, not just the second. And then it was the third. And then we had this. And then we have to ask ourselves, Gina, where were you the other day? Gina, where were you the other day? Oh, we know you were out shopping at the Whole Foods. You were at Whole Foods. Listen, Gina, go back to the grocery store. Go back on aisle 9. Go back on aisle 9. Go back on L9. All right. There we go. How you doing? Okay, so Trump is a new Oprah. You get a pardon, you get a pardon, you get a pardon, you get a pardon. Listen here. Speaking of pardons, listen. Let's go ahead and finish this up, and then I've got something else for you. Speaking of pardons. So listen here. So the judge added that no higher bond or amount or additional restrictions would alter the decision, right? So he makes it very clear what it is, Um citing the strength of the case against Combs. The judge ultimately denied the latest bail request, making the fourth rejection ahead of the rapper's May trial. The ruling comes a week after Combs' legal team submitted a 62-page letter seeking his release. On July the 2nd, Combs was convicted of transportation to engage in prostitution, but acquitted on the more severe charges of trafficking and racketeering. The case began after his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, filed a lawsuit accusing him of repeated sexual misconduct and exploitation, sparking multiple additional lawsuits alleging rape, SA, harassment, violence, and trafficking. Diddy has been held at the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center since his September 2024 arrest and faces up to 20 years in prison. So, do you guys feel like Diddy should get out? Do you guys feel like Diddy should get out? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? All right. So, speaking of Diddy and speaking of, you know, how would I say it? Let's go ahead and let's just take a listen. How about that? Let's just take a listen. I'm going to go ahead and bring up this article. I just don't want to show the image because it's like news related. But let's go ahead and take a listen.
Reporter there talking to Young Thug yesterday.
Megan, it was quite a pleasant surprise for a lot of families and kids in attendance. A lot of them were shocked to see Young Thug at their place in which they were getting geared up for back to school. This is all part of his probation, as the rapper has been serving his post-sentencing following that long YSL trial. Now, on Friday, he also participated in a back-to-school event. He was giving advice to tons of teens, sharing his story and talking about the Second Chance School for At-Risk Teens. He answered questions and encouraged students to stay focused on their future. And then yesterday afternoon, that event where we were the only camera rolling, as Young Thug made another surprise appearance at Hosea Helps, the largest Black-led food pantry in the Southeast, a nonprofit.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So Young Thug went by Portia's organization, the Hosea Williams Foundation. Shout out to Portia Williams from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Young Thug went over and donated his time, donated and gave back and things like that. So, yes, so we definitely want to thank him for that. Now, the reason why I brought him up is because his attorney is Diddy's attorney, right? So Young Thug's attorney is Diddy's attorney. So Diddy saw and heard how Young Thug got off. You know, he was on house arrest and things like that. But Diddy wants everything right here, right now. No, no, no. The judge is saying, this isn't your playground. As Judge Judy would say, this is my playground. Diddy is in the judge's playground. And if you want to just go further and just really put some stank on it, he's in the devil's den. Opinions are not facts. Opinions are not facts. Okay? Let's go ahead and get into this particular hot topic. Oh, yeah, this particular hot topic. Let me go ahead and email it to myself, but I want to thank you all so much. Let's go ahead and get a quick commercial break in, and we will be right back. Thank you all so much for supporting Queen Tulsa, the show, whether it's a like, a share, a subscribe, a Cash App, a PayPal, or a Zelle. Thank you for coming by and watching the show. And this is your commercial for being acknowledged for just being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, who would be watching? Thank you for tuning in. Yes, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you. And you know, this next topic, this next story that we're going to cover is very interesting, to say the least. One of our community leaders has one moment. Okay, so give me one moment. So this, what I'm going to bring up is actually going to be Laverne Cox. And I had come across this story and I wanted to cover it. I think I'm just going to touch on it a little bit, but then I'll go and do like a full on live broadcast about it. But I do want to tag our friends. So give me one moment. I'm going to go ahead and play this, and then I'll go ahead and tag the creator that provided the content.
And I think this conversation, the fact that you showed up here for this conversation today, like reflects that. Laverne had told me, Laverne had talked to me at depth about being like willing to be called in and having to be willing to like, hear this feedback and this criticism and all these different things, which like my Leo heart does not take easily. You couldn't catch me listening to 6 people give me their thoughts on anything I did after the internet. Couldn't catch me, could not catch me. But I texted Laverne and I was like, hey, Laverne, someone suggested it to me as an Olay and Friends topic, but I'm not touching that unless you are here to be a participant in that. I'm not going to talk about you. We can talk to you. And by we, I mean y'all. That's not my place as this person. I'm literally about to get us started, hand this off to Laverne and let y'all have the floor. So Laverne, you can tell people what started the controversy, your post, what you said.
Wow. Okay. First of all, it is so beautiful to see all of your faces. I'm insanely excited just to be in all of your company. I love you, Olay. I love the show. I consistently find brilliant, insightful commentary that makes me think. And so I'm really excited to be here on Olay and Friends. I didn't think my first time here would be, I'd be the catalyst for the conversation, but such is life. So I just did a show called Girl, How Did I Get Here at City Winery this past Monday, July 28th. And a week or so ago, I did a live and I teased a part of the show. It's a show about my career and my life, but it's also about my most recent relationship. And the tease was my ex-boyfriend is a, blonde hair, blue eyed, 26-year-old MAGA Republican, Trump voting New York City police officer. And if you want to know more, come to my show. And people lost their minds. And some of the criticism, the early criticism I saw beyond, so people were like, is she serious? What's going on? Is she okay? Is this a joke? And then the fawning and the sort of fawning over him and the critiques that I think are very legitimate about his blonde hair, blue eyes. Am I like sort of celebrating some kind of white beauty ideal? So I got that. And then people just gagged that, without context, that I had dated someone, who's a MAGA Republican, and there was no context. So there was no sort of context. And some people were confused that they thought I was still with him. He's been my ex-boyfriend actually for over a year. And the reason I wanted to tell this story in my show specifically is I initially thought it would be interesting. I assumed that people knew my politics and knew who I was and thought it would be how can like real love happen between someone who's, I thought people thought I understood that I'm clearly politically progressive and someone who's diametrically opposed to my views. And so instead of that, and how does that work, or can it work? People, I think, the vibe I got, and you guys can tell me more, is that people were like, is she MAGA now? Is she a MAGA sympathizer? Is she making a right-wing pivot? Because so many people are doing that. Is there, I saw things like suggesting that there was some sort of a race play or slave play thing going on. And I had no idea any of that would come up. So that gagged me. To be clear, I'm not a MAGA. I'm not MAGA. I'm not making a right.
All right. So we will be diving into that. I feel like, that is definitely a conversation that we need to have, because there was a panel full of sisters up there, and I don't really think just from that little piece of conversation that people were really grasping what was really going on. But I did just receive a message. So you all give me one moment as I pull it up. We need your help. If we have any Wendy Williams fans out there, listen here, we need your help, and we need your help ASAP. We need it right now. I'm actually going to be putting a number in here so we can get justice. Give me one moment. Okay. All right, so give me one moment as I pull this up.
Okay, now you have all seen the video of the visit to Wendy Williams' home by Philip Solomon and Linda Redlisky. And from the comments on the video, it seems to be a unanimous assessment that Kevin was well within his rights as his mother's power of attorney. Now, I hope you are sitting down, because what you are about to hear is the affirmation made by Sabrina Morrissey and submitted to a court of law, recounting the very encounter we all witnessed. Now, after you hear the affirmation, we want to hear from you. Sound off on the truth line. Call 1-866-TRUTH-84. That's 1-866-878-8484. Tell us how you feel.
The following affirmation, made under oath and submitted to a court of law, is from Sabrina E. Morrissey, an attorney at law, duly authorized to practice law before the courts of the state of New York, and the guardian appointed by Judge Lisa Sokoloff.
In just the 2 days since my appointment, there has been one problem after another, related to the actions of Kevin Hunter, the son of WWH. It is reported that Mr. Hunter has, on 2 occasions, failed to permit the court appointees, the court evaluator, and the court-appointed attorney to have private conversations with WWH, as required of their offices and in order to complete their work. Upon information and belief, on the second occasion, he claimed the visit was only for the purpose of inspecting the apartment, and similarly did not permit WWH to be interviewed. According to Philip Solomon Esquire, in testimony presented today at a court conference, Mr. Hunter was clearly told by Mr. Solomon that the purpose of the visit was to continue the interview with WWH. The court appointees believe that Mr. Hunter is exerting undue influence over WWH.
Now, is that what you saw and heard?
Please stay well. Not yeah.
Sound off the low and on the truth line. Okay, now you have all seen the video of the
All right, so you all know that I'm definitely a Miss Wendy Williams fan. Well, a supporter. I'm not nobody's fan. I'm a supporter. Okay, I'm Miss Wendy Williams supporter. Okay, I'm a supporter. I am her supporter, and we need you guys to please call this number right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the screen. I'm gonna have it stop scrolling. But please, if you can, please call this number and sound off. If you all watched that documentary of, you know, Miss Wendy Williams, she was there, the treatment, the guy that was there that put all that money in front of her, the young lady that was trying to take her on to the Oscars, and she at that moment didn't know what the Oscars was, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we definitely need your help. Miss Wendy Williams, let's free her. Please call, and actually I'm going to do my due diligence right now and call and sound off. So this is what I want you guys to do as well. So okay.
Thank you for calling the Truth Tip Line. We value your help and input as we continue to fight against abuses of power. Although tips can be made anonymously, if you would like a team member to follow up with you, please leave your name and contact information. Please remember that this line is for substantiated tips, not theories. For tips regarding guardianship abuse, press 201. For tips regarding financial advisor abuse, press 202. For tips regarding a senior living facility's misconduct, press 203. For tips directly related to the Wendy Williams guardianship, press 204. The media outlet inquiry. Thank you for being part of the fight for truth and justice. This is the extension for tips related directly to Wendy Williams' fight for freedom. Please leave your tip or message after the tone.
Yes, this is the Queen Tulsa Show. And on behalf of the Queen Tulsa Show, we feel that Sabrina Morrissey has abused her power. She has limited Miss Wendy Williams' freedom, happiness, and most of all, like her supporters. Just watching her and it kind of everything kind of unfolding on the television, it felt like it was all orchestrated. And Lori Schuler, who is not presently working at Wells Fargo, should be charged with a crime.
Thank you. Press 1 to accept this recording. Press 2 to listen to it. Press press 3 to re-record your message, or press 4 to mark this message as urgent. Message marked urgent. Press 1 to accept this recording. Press 2 to listen to it. Press 3.
All right, so we did our due diligence. Lori Schuler, you should be investigated, and you should be brought up on charges. Any and everybody that was associated with Ms. Wendy Williams' account, anybody that was involved with that documentary, and y'all wasn't, like, how was she being neglected when she had all the resources? How was Miss Wendy Williams neglected and she had all the resources? No food there, no I mean, come on now. So yeah, there needs to be a deep dive investigation, and she should be freed. Free Miss Wendy Williams. All right, you all. This concludes our broadcast. I definitely want to thank you all so much for coming by the Primetime Mixer. This was a very emotional day for me. If you are the replay, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm just a little emotional today, you all. Just bear with me. It's just one of those days, where you just, gotta continue to give it your all and finish out the race. On that note, I am your host, Queen Tulsa. This is the Queen Tulsa Show, the channel for the people. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next podcast. So long.